How many here have heard of DataOps? Raise your hand. Excellent. There's not very many hands, so therefore this was worth the experience. So basically, if you go to Wikipedia, just for a quick, what is DataOps? Really, it's about providing automation that you do in DevOps to improve velocity of data science and best practices to the data lifecycle. So basically, like you may have heard, data is the new oil and gas, data science is the new electricity, and I think DataOps is the new grid. I prefer to say that data is the new bacon, and DataOps just puts bacon on everything. Why it's important? It enables explainable data science, machine learning, and artificial intelligence. So you can ensure transparency of where your data was sourced. So you have sourcing of your data. It provides fairness and ethics. So a lot of financial companies, how you decided to make that mortgage loan has a complete traceable and reproducible data provenance, and compliance. So obviously we all have to deal with auditors in some form or fashion. How can you use this to reduce technical debt in your data science system? So Google has identified that only a small fraction of machine learning code actually runs in production. What's actually taking up all that surface area is all of the infrastructure and tools that you need to make that data work, right? And so the idea is, how can you reduce that technical debt with the best practices of DataOps? There's myriads of data science languages and tools to choose from. So choose wisely. That's step number one. A piece that I think is really critical is versioning everything, right? So we're all here as DevOps know, get push before you leave, right? So not only storing your code, your ML code, but obviously following best infrastructure as code practices for all of your data science infrastructure. So build on top of the foundation that DevOps has put in place. But lastly, you also want to secondly, you also want to version your machine learning models, that code, your pipelines that feed them for reproducible data science. And lastly, your data. Now you're saying, how do I version my data? Git was not built to put data in. So this is a really important piece. And there's some really creative solutions out there to essentially address how data is versioned at a very large scale. And I'm going to share one with you in just a bit. So what are the key benefits when you version your data? You have reproducible and explainable results. You basically you achieve explainable AI or explainable data science when you version your data. You want to containerize everything, right? This is also building upon the foundations of DevOps to make your data essentially scale. Scale your processing, your pipelines with containers. Also, you can support multiple languages. You're not just tied to one language. You now have taken the advantage of containers and have a polyglot approach to how you can actually support multiple languages. So you're future-proofing your data science infrastructure. And then lastly, you want to build on the top of the best DevSecOps practices. This is pretty self-explanatory. Your data is your lifeblood. So you want that to rest on a secure infrastructure. So lastly, I recommend the Data Science and DataOps Bill of Rights, as pioneered by Pachyderm.io, a group that builds a Git for data type solution. Basically, the DataOps Data Science Bill of Rights basically says that everything should be reproducible and explainable, as well as platform neutral, and also basically autonomy for the data scientist. So that's about it. Thank you for your time.